Today, guys, I'm going to be getting into the January work in progress balance changes. Remember to leave your feedback in the comments below because these are subject to change and they might make a few adjustments before they're finalized. I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas, those of you guys that celebrate, and even if not, hope you guys, have a good New Year coming up. And I wanted to show you guys my favorite gift I got, actually, because it's small and I can show it on camera here. My girlfriend got me this. It's basically Boss's elixir, and it's like a 3 times elixir symbol, basically. And the elixir is supposed to mean, if I'm drinking like tea or coffee in this mug. And then there's this clash on the back here with the king's thumbs up. I thought, it was a really thoughtful gift by my girlfriend. Those are always the nicest gifts, I feel like, that are a little bit, kind of creative and unexpected. And, I just thought it was really cool. But anyway, guys, the Evolved Skeleton Barrel is getting a nerf, guys. It's getting a death damage nerf. It's going from 238 to 225, 5% nerf. Nothing major. A lot of people expected that this card would end up getting a nerf, guys. It has been a very strong evolution recently, especially paired with the Evo Skarmy, as well as the Evo Wall Breakers, just bait spam decks with the bush. It's been really good recently, so well-deserved nerf, guys. Next up, we got the Hero Musketeer, guys. She's getting a turret deploy time nerf, so basically, instead of the turret taking a second to deploy, it's going to be 2 seconds. Now, this is a really big nerf because what it means is you're essentially going to have more time to react to her turret. I would even go as far as saying this might make her just very, very balanced. I don't think it's going to kill the card, but this is enough to where I feel like it's not even going to seem that strong anymore. And now there might even be some people using the Evolved Musketeer more often and not even run the Hero Musketeer anymore because this is a very significant nerf, but I still think she'll be viable. Next up, guys, the Hero Mini Pekka is getting a nerf. This is, again, another really big nerf. This is the healing percentage getting another nerf. I remember they already reduced it from 50 to 40. They decided to give it another reduction. It's now going from 40 to 30, a 25% reduction to the healing. Very big nerf. I feel like for the Hero Mini Pekka, this won't actually impact it as much as the Musketeer. I think this is actually overall a smaller nerf, in my opinion, and because of the fact that the ability is still only 1 elixir, I still think it's going to be very valuable, and I think the Musketeer nerf, as well as the Hero Knight nerf, guys, kind of balances it out a little bit. That's right, guys. So the Hero Knight is actually getting a shield hit points nerf. So that shield hit points buff that he got, some of that is being taken away, that compensation that he got for the ability being 2 elixir now instead of 1. So it's getting a 6% shield hit point reduction, going from 819 to 768. I have to say, I think that he ended up being a lot more balanced than people anticipated. That's why he's only getting a 6% nerf to the shield hit points, because I think them making the ability to elixir really did balance him out overall. And I think especially with the shield hit points nerf, I think the goal of this overall was to make sure that he didn't end up being stronger after the mini pack and the Musketeer were nerfed. And now that he's getting nerfed too, I think they're all going to actually be relatively balanced. And as expected, guys, the Hero Giant is not getting a nerf, but they are nerfing the Evolved Skeleton Army. So this is kind of an interesting nerf. Hopefully they went about it the right way. But basically, guys, the Ghost Skeleton speed is going from fast to medium. Now, I think this is a nerf overall, but my fear is in some scenarios this might actually benefit the card. It might be kind of situational because there might be some situations where you want it to go slower, but I might just be overthinking things because you probably do want them to go fast most of the time, especially when it's behind a tank and, you want them to go quick to the tower. I might just be overthinking things. This probably is an obvious nerf, so maybe they did this the best way they possibly could have, because I also don't know if they could have nerfed the shield general hit points. I think this is a nerf. I might just be overthinking things, but it's maybe one of those things in some rare scenarios it could actually be a little better, but overall nerf for sure. Now, this is going to be one that has a lot of people happy, I'm sure. The Boss Bandit, guys, is getting a nerf. Now, okay, one aspect of her is getting a buff, but let's slow down, guys. This is overall a nerf for sure. So first of all, guys, she's getting a damage nerf and a dash damage nerf, essentially. So her damage is going from 268 to 245, which is about a 9% nerf. And that's also going to mean her dash damage, which is twice the amount. It's going from 537 to 491. So that's a pretty significant nerf to her damage. Her hit speed, though, is getting a buff. It's going from 1.2 to 1.1, which means she is going to attack a little faster. Now, I really hope they didn't mess this up and this actually is a buff, but I do think this is a nerf. At the bare minimum, this is a rework. They do consider it a nerf even themselves, so hopefully that is the case, and maybe if there's some play testing and they realize she's still maybe a little strong, it's debatable whether it's a nerf, maybe they could increase the damage she got nerfed by a little bit more. But the bottom line is, guys, it does seem like this is a nerf, finally, to the Boss Bandit. So you guys can leave your thoughts in the comments below if you guys do think that this is a nerf. But we'll see as time plays out. The Furnace, guys, is getting a buff. It's getting a hit speed buff, so it's basically going from 1.8 to 1.6. This is a pretty big buff to the Furnace, because this also impacts the Evolve Furnace, I'm pretty sure. Regular Furnace, we know, is pretty bad, but the Evolution, this might make it really good again. Maybe it would have been better to do 1.7 instead of 1.6, but they decided to do a 0.2 buff to the hit speed. This is going to be a very noticeable buff, without a doubt, to the Furnace, so hopefully they didn't overdo it, because we do remember that Furnace meta, which was crazy not too long ago, but I think this will make it pretty balanced and not too OP. The Ramrodder, guys, is also getting a buff because they nerfed her around the time when the Prince and the Recruits got that charge nerf, and they realized it impacted the Ramrodder too much, guys, so they're giving her a hit speed buff. It's going from 1.8 to 1.7, a 6% buff to her hit speed, and I think this is well deserved because she's been used a lot less recently, and this will just help her be a little better among the other wing conditions in the game and maybe make her viable inside of things like Pekka and Mega Knight again. So I think this is a pretty good buff overall. Giant Skeleton, guys, is getting a buff too. The Death Bomb damage is being increased by 8%, going from 535 to 576. Well deserved in my opinion. I think he's been very niche for a long time, pretty much only good in awkward decks, but never really a requirement in anything, so this is just going to make him more of a threat. Little Prince, guys, another well-deserved buff, I would say. Definitely, without a doubt, the worst champion among the others. He's just getting another damage buff, basically. It's going from 99 to 104. Just a 5% buff to his damage, because I think he got a small one a while ago. Or there was a bug, actually, where he got a damage buff, but then it got reverted. But then a lot of people are saying that shouldn't have been reverted, because he wasn't even that good after the damage buff. So they're basically just giving him that buff now, and now it's not a bug, and he actually gets to keep it. I think that's what it is, actually. Because Mohammed Light, I think, was talking about that. So now he basically just gets the buff, and it stays. So I think this is a great way of buffing him. Definitely no complaints there. And lastly, guys, the Graveyard is getting a rework. I don't know if this is a buff or a nerf, but essentially, guys, the spawn pattern is going to be more predictable now. It's not going to be random. It's going to be fixed. But what this means is the skeleton count is going from 13 to 14. It is going to have an extra skeleton, but you're going to know where the skeletons are spawning now. Maybe it's going to be like a clock or a timer, so it just kind of spawns on the edges and it's consistent where it spawns. You know exactly where it does every time. So maybe them adding one skeleton to it is fair because now it's not going to be RNG and random. So we'll see how this plays out, but this has been something a lot of the pros have been calling for a long time, a Graveyard rework. So I think overall this is a good change if it was done correctly. So that's going to be it, guys. Definitely make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments below and also on Twitter. I think overall, I like these changes. As always, I probably think it was on the low end. I'm always a big fan of when they do those big balance changes where there's 20 cards that are changed. I probably would have liked to see more buffs. I think there's still a lot of really garbage cards in the game that need some love. Like, of course, the Barbarian Hut, the Rune Giant, just some stuff that's really bad and can use a small buff or rework. I think, you know, if they throw in a few more buffs, I think that would be pretty good overall, but as far as what was changed, I think it was good. So if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe. You can use creator code BOSS to support me in any Supercell game, and thanks again until next time, guys.